ficelle, a narrative thread. Follow it to a place that feels like sunshine. Sounds like someone splashing about in water on a sunny day.
Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading will be about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I believe that's his name. I have some interesting questions here to ask, because some people are saying, like, is this a PR stunt? Is this true love? What's going on with them? So I guess how I want to go about this first is there any true love going on here? Let me just ask that. Is there any true love going on here? What can we see? All right, the King of Coins. All right, this is relevant, right? Because I asked, is there any true love going on here? What is the King of Pentacles? The King of Pentacles is a businessman. Okay, so let's see. What else can we see? All right. Oh, there's a rush. There's definitely a rush going on. A huge frustration as well. You know what I say, right? Each slot represents something, The slot isn't always relevant, but what's relevant is what's in someone's heart. I gotta be real. What's in this King of Pentacles heart? It's a vibe of frustration, wanting to hurry up and get things done. You know what I mean? The Chariot is already a vibe of movement, right? Of making things happen, right? Like progressing. Now, there's two Chariots in this deck because this one represent when things aren't sort of just like happening fast enough. Like, you know how like if you want to buy something and like, it's just not going down as quick as you would like it. That's what's going on here. So what I'm seeing here is a businessman that's in a rush. What else can we see? Okay, the next card is about their foundation. What can we see? Moving to smoother waters, greener pastures. So this relationship, right, where I see that they're sort of just like in unison, is moving to smoother waters. But it's not looking too good, right? Because I'm asking like, is there true love? Is this imagery of true love to you guys? We got a businessman, we have movement, we have sort of just like being agitated that things aren't moving fast enough, and we have moving to smoother waters. So I'm gonna look deeper, like, with the next questions. We're just gonna flirt with the energies, right? Just so we can get like a full understanding of what's going on with this couple. Okay, so it's kind of looking, and I actually want to leave these cards here. It's actually, it's not looking the best. Let me see. How does he treat her? How does this Kelce guy, this Travis guy, how does he treat Taylor Swift? What can we see? What can we see? How does he treat her? The Star. So, I mean, this is interesting, right? Because I have to be real. Sometimes, when we do these readings and things get like real, sometimes people get upset because, they have an idea of how they want things to be. And sometimes when things kind of get a little bit too real and heavy, then it makes them feel like, a type of way, right? I mean, the Star isn't necessarily a bad card. We can all agree to that, right? But this is almost like a trickster, a magician, someone pulling a magic trick. So what I'm seeing here is that there's something here for show. It's something, you see, this guy is displaying a show. The Star is about being seen. It's about being heard. There's something performative about what's going on with this couple. What else can we see? How does he treat her? What can we see? So what I'm seeing here is something performative. He understands that all eyes are on him. All right, what else can we see? Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles represents business arrangements. Not just that. It represents people coming to you for business, right? It represents teamwork in business. I mean, guys, it's not looking so great, right? It's almost just like this guy, this man, he's putting on a show. Not just that, we're getting a business arrangement. What else can we see? All right. Okay, 2 sideways cards. So let's see what's going on with these. The 2 of Pentacles. So he's juggling things. We're going to see what he's juggling. I'll look into that. And 6 of Pentacles, give and take. So guys, I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm going to be absolutely real with you guys. Do this look like love to you? Right? Do any of these cards look like love to you? I'm not getting love. There's the star here putting on a show and all this related to business. You know, it's kind of just like, I don't know. What is this man juggling? What can we see? What is he juggling? Let's look directly into that. What is he juggling? All right. Those cards want to come out. So let's see. What is this man juggling? The 7 of Wands representing perceptions. You know, when we speak of relationships, right? Usually like 7 times out of 10 when this card comes up, it represents some sort of adversity. Usually it could represent like issues like with the family, right? Or like someone not agreeing to something. Obviously, you know, it pertains to like the individual reading that I'm doing. But what I'm seeing here is there's some adversity. He's juggling some adversity. What else can we see with this further insight? The 6 of Wands, wanting success. So this man, right, he's juggling people's perceptions. And he's juggling the need for success. So, I mean, let me ask, what success does this guy want? What success does this guy want? What else can we see? The 3 of Cups, the 4 of Cups. Okay, so it's like he's forcing this love issue. He's forcing it. When we speak of the 3 of Cups, it's almost just like this is the energy of like, okay, getting along, having fun. But at the same time, it's not really where his heart's at, because the 4 of Cups represent when you're not content. So him wanting this fun, this excitement, but at the same time, he's not success. So it's kind of, he's not success. He's not content. He's not content with his success. He wants more success for himself. He wants success out of this relationship. So, I mean, guys, this isn't looking too good, right? Let me get Taylor's energy. What can I see about her energy? What can we see about her energy? What's going on with her? How does she feel about this? Does she know? What can we see? Also, the reading's getting really deep. If you made it this far, definitely press the thumbs up button. And if you would like to have a reading with me, how to go about that will be in the description box. Thank you. But let's see. How does Taylor feel about this? Ah, damn. Okay. So it's a lot going on. So there's things here that's hidden. She knows that this guy, he has things going on with him. She knows that he has stuff going on with him. More of the star. What is the star? The star is about wishes coming true, right? But, you know, we can't just be surface level, right? We have to really get deep into this. What is the star? The star, stardom, right? I don't know, guys. This isn't looking too legit. There's something strategic about this relationship with the 7 of Swords, you know, because I was like, so how does she feel about this? More strategy. It's something about the strategy. And she knows that he's not fully legit. She knows that he's not content with this love here. Big organizations with the Hierophant. The Empress. I have to be real with you guys. You know, we can't beat around the bush. Like, let's not do it. I try to like, I know what it is already when I see these cards, but I try to like simmer down a bit and just let it speak for itself instead of me just telling you. But now it's kind of to the point now where I have to just tell you guys what it is now. So if you guys don't like it, it is what it is. My apologies for the people that's invested in these strangers' lives and shit, because you guys don't know these people. What I'm seeing here is that she knows that this guy, it's something not all right with him. There's some deviance that's with this guy, right? There's something going on here. There's hidden aspects going on in the home and the house, right? It seems like, so many cards. It seems like, I don't know, like this is just messy. It's giving me a lot of mess. It's like, she knows that this guy isn't necessarily legit, but she's doing it for stardom. Not just that, there's a strategy here. I was like, how does she feel about it? And she knows that he's kind of doing it, like he has his own reasons for getting into this relationship, because I don't know if they're married yet, or I think they're engaged, whatever. But she knows that there's a reason, like he's getting into this relationship. Like she knows, she can feel it. She's not dumb. Sometimes when women ask things, right, when they're dating a guy, I know it's not all the time, but sometimes when a woman asks herself, like, oh, is he cheating? Oh, is he gay? Like, oh, is this something going on? Sometimes it usually is the case, or usually it's kind of just like something's building up to that fear that you're asking about, right? So it's kind of just like she knows what's going on. The King of Swords is all about strategy, a cold, ruthless man, right? That's direct. That's about the strategy. This guy, he's kind of shady. Not just that, he's digging for gold. I've used this deck so many times in so many readings, right? I never noticed this, like that little digger equipment. It's like this guy's digging for gold. So we have a guy that's strategic. He's a King of Swords and he's a miner. That doesn't even make any sense. So he's mining for gold. So it's kind of just like, okay, an opportunist that's ruthless, that's strategic. Not just that. The Hierophant represents big organizations. It could represent a church. It can represent the divine. It can represent all that. But what I'm seeing here is big organizations, big industry. So this is relating to big industry. We have the Lovers here, though. So it's almost just like fascinating Lovers, though, because it's like this guy, again, he's not content. He has options. He has women coming to him, You see this guy is like, I don't know what you would call it, like perched against this tree, right? This tree has like, all the fruits and stuff. You know what I mean? This is an abundant guy. Whether if it's true or not, this is how women see him. You know what I mean? He has things going for him. Women are attracted to him. But look how he's looking at these women. And now we're going to get into sort of just like the realities of this situation, right? This guy doesn't really have a pleasant history when it comes to dating. From what they say, as far as rumor has it, it's kind of just like he likes when women kind of like fawn all over him, but he really doesn't reciprocate, right? And that this guy looks for better opportunities, right? This guy was already sort of just like the King of Swords, right? He tried to be like urban, he thought that was going to catch steam because it was just like, it was a point in time when sort of just like the whole urban thing was in. Right? I can't really tell you when it started. Some people would say like the Kardashians made it cool with dating black dudes and all that. But it was a point when it was just like the urban thing was a trend. Like, having yourself a black dude, right, was a trend. Having yourself a black woman. It was kind of, that really didn't catch on like the black men situation. But it was kind of just like, okay, he was trying to like ride the trend, ride the wave. And now all that's becoming passe, right? Now they're starting to call chicks mud sharks. Now they're trying to like make fun of like people for like doing certain things, and it's just starting not to be cool anymore, right? Like the whole interracial thing. I say all that to say, right, that this is this guy's energy. He's kind of a ruthless, strategist, right? This is a guy looking for opportunities when it comes to love, you know. Usually when a man has options, right? When he has like women of all ethnicities and women that would throw themselves, at him. I don't know why. I don't get it, but it just is what it is, right? Maybe you ladies can tell me why. But it's kind of just like usually when women are like this with guys, they're not content really with like their options, even if, the woman's the most beautiful woman in the world. And let's just be clear that Taylor Swift is appealing to girls, mainly girls and teens and young women, because, like her music and stuff. But I have to be real. I never heard a man really say like she's beautiful or she has attributes that they like. They usually just say she's flat all around, right? So it's kind of just like, we gotta be real, right? It was kind of just like, okay, he was dating this really beautiful black woman that had like all the sexy curves and all of that. And, it just is what it is. And now it's kind of just like, he switched up and now he's like, doing what he's doing, whatever, and I get it. Like, it just is what it is. I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's kind of just like, look, he's not content. You know what I mean? And it's kind of just like the Empress. The Empress represent compassion, giving love. But one of the deeper things that the Empress represent is behind the scenes influence. That's what the Empress represent, right? It's kind of just like the Emperor gets the shit done, but the Empress is behind the scenes making things happen. So, I mean, this seems like some sort of like business arrangement, guys. This isn't love. I gotta be real with you. I already know that, but I'm just trying to like be a little bit more, you know what I mean? Just let the cards again speak for itself. But this isn't looking like real love. You know what I mean? Like, even when I was like, basically like, how does he treat her and stuff like that? Like, how is he with her? It's all business. It's all to put on a show, right? Now, Taylor Swift was, in one of her songs, she mentioned his penis, right? So let's just see, like, is the intimacy good between these two people? The Queen of Cups. All right. Before I even get into that, let's see what else I can see. All right. Okay, there's something that leaves a lot to be desired here. I gotta be real. There's something that leaves a lot to be desired here. Because it's like, on one hand, she's feeling it. She's feeling it. She's feeling the love, right? She's feeling it. She's soaking it in. She's soaking in this sort of illusion, right? Because that's what it is an illusion. She wants love. What is the Queen of Cups? Someone that gives love and someone that wants love. So she wants love and she's giving love, right? And I'm asking about the intimacy, right? So I'm seeing that she's into it, right? But at the same time, though, is it really all that, right? The Ten of Swords, is there a possibility that she was burnt? You know what I mean? Like, I have to be real. We're all adults here, right? I mean, on my, like when I upload these readings, it has like a feature where it says like, is this for kids? Now, I always say no, because obviously I use a lot of swear words. So we're all adults here, I would assume. And if we're not, you motherfuckers need to get the fuck out this reading because it's not for you, right? Like if you're underage and shit, get the fuck out. It's not for you kids. But it's kind of just like, and where the fuck is your parents and shit? Like, parents need to start taking care of their kids and shit and protecting them and shit, right? It's kind of just like, yeah. But anyway, it's kind of just like, I don't know. This is giving me someone that's been burnt. So it's kind of like, this is betrayal. This is shady betrayal, the Ten of Swords. So my thing is like, sometimes it doesn't always have to be, like usually in real life, sometimes people always don't get like the major diseases and maybe they don't talk about it. Maybe that's why. But like, I know a lot of women and it's kind of just like, when things aren't right, they usually say their pH is off, or it's kind of just like, I'm always hearing about infections, and people, I don't know why people feel like that's normal these days, just to have some infection. And I get it, like for women, things like that can happen if you're wearing tight panties or tight clothes and shit. Like you can have certain infections. I'm seeing some sort of infection here. So it's kind of just like if your coochie lips, is red and it's itchy and it's kind of like, oh, what's going on? But it's not like a gonorrhea. It's just an infection. And it's kind of just like you second guess yourself like, oh, okay, well, maybe the leotard I had on was too tight. It's giving me something like that. It's giving me something really dirty, grimy, and just fucked up. I got to be real with you guys, right? And then when we speak of the hangman in the spiritual slot, right? Because each slot represents something. The hangman in the spiritual slot, it's giving me something deep. It represents being stuck. Not only is she stuck, but what do the hangman represent? It's related to Pisces. What is Pisces in the 12th house about? It's about death, right? It's about kind of just like letting things go. Not only that, it's giving me hidden enemies. So I'm seeing a hidden enemy here, right? This also represents stagnation. Not just that, things being slow. I mean, when you look at the guy, he kind of looks I know people hate when I like give my opinions and shit, but he kind of looks, I don't know. Do he look virile to you ladies? Do it look like he's gonna bust you wide open and have you guys like clutching your chest like, oh my God, this was insane, right? Like, does he look like that? Or does it look like he might drink a beer and he might slide it in and kind of like might not do the most? That's what I'm just getting, guys. That's what I'm just getting. It's not, does this represent some good passion? No, right? So it's kind of just like, so I'm seeing even the passion is bullshit. So Taylor, she needs to stop the cap. She needs to stop all the bullshit. She know that guy ain't dropping it like it's hot up in her. She knows that this shit isn't legit. So it's kind of just like, I don't know. It's kind of unfortunate, right? I'm just trying to chill and like not be so intense and shit and let this shit speak for itself, So let me just ask the direct question, even though it's kind of already like been answered. What is the love between them? Can we see the love between them? What is the love between them, right? What can we see? What is this love between them, right? Oh, wow. Cancer and Scorpio. I mean, let me just shut up and let the cards come out. Okay, so, all right. So, it's a deep situation here. What was I telling you guys about Cancer in one of the readings I did? I'm not going to even try to remember because I forgot. Because I did a reading yesterday, a celebrity reading. I haven't uploaded it to YouTube. But Cancer came up and I was like basically like breaking down the esoteric meaning of Cancer. There is some sort of codependency thing going on. There's also a need to center themselves. I know a thing or two about Cancer, and it's kind of just like one of the things with Cancers is that they always try to like center themselves. It's a need to center themselves. It actually almost drives them crazy. The moon rules over Cancer, right? The moon is one of the like quickest astro bodies, right? It's the quickest one, right? And then what is the next one? Like Mercury. So it's kind of just like, I bring it out to say like the need to center oneself. I'm getting a vibe that she needs to, like, it's a thing with her, with needing to center herself. This is a situation where she wants to be centered. She wants that. She wants the family. She wants the relationship. She wants all that. Some people would say it all, like she has it all. Some people would say, she's skinny, she's like a billionaire, allegedly, I don't know. Like, she has everything, whatever. But, people want things. People want love. People want happiness. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just seeing that there's an issue with her not being centered. That's what the energies are telling me. But there's something here that's hidden with this Scorpio energy. It's something not all with it, right? When the Scorpio energy comes out in a reading, right? This is why people sometimes are apprehensive or scared to have a reading with me, because when the truth come out, it's kind of just like, you can't close that door anymore. When the Scorpio energy comes out, and obviously it pertains to whatever the energy is and what's the cards and all that, right? What I'm seeing. But when it's like this, it's telling me that there's some hidden sexual things going on. There's some hidden sexual things going on. From cheating, from, again, like I told you earlier, I was seeing some sort of like infection, right? There's things going on. It's kind of just like a couple can be together for 10 years and the woman might never have a cold sore, right? And she might be intimate or be kissing her husband a lot that week or whatever. And all of a sudden there's a cold sore or there's something that's not right, right? And it's kind of just like, what is this? It's your body telling you that there's some new microbes entering to your space, right? That's not familiar to you, right? Your body lets you know things, right? When things go on, right? People feel like the only language is just talking, right? There's multiple languages in this world, right? I can learn a lot about a person just by how they treat me, right? Not even by what they say, right? There's a lot of people, they act like they care, so, oh, I care, but how is their actions, right? Like, it's a whole thing with that. I'm not going to even get into that. But what I'm seeing here is that there's something deep going on in this relationship, and it's not really pretty, right? Now, it's saying, like, what's going on with the love, right? And these cards now are they were face down and they were in reverse. So let's see. The 9 of Pentacles. Now, this whole operation, this is a business operation. Let's not just look at the imagery. This is a business operation, and it's in reverse. A shady business operation, right? Then we have the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands represents making plans, right? Plans for your future, right? Usually people want to make plans for happiness, right? That's in reverse. So we have plans that's shady, that's not legit. When the 3 of Wands is in reverse, it also represents things that's concealed. So there's things, again, there's so much concealment here. There's things that's concealed. It's like, why is it concealed? What's going on? We already got into that. This guy doesn't seem like he loves her. And the 7 of Wands, the 7 of Wands can speak of adversity, right? There's some shady adversity going on. Let me just say that. There's some fights. There's some shady fights. It's not looking too good, guys. It's not looking too good, guys. And I got to be real with you. This makes me now think of, I remember I was watching YouTube, like E-News or something, like when she first got engaged. And like, I think a few weeks passed, but I decided just to watch the video, and then I read what the comments said, and someone was just like, that's what pops up to me right now, so it's relevant. Someone was like, how she took those pictures and how like he proposed. Someone was like, it seemed really staged. Some lady was just like, like, I'm married and my husband proposed and I know like when it's legit. She was just like, this isn't legit. She was like, it doesn't feel right to me. She was like, it seems fake. I didn't care because, it's not my business. But since we're here doing this reading, that's what pops up to me now. And now we're seeing it through the energies, right? So it's kind of just like, let me ask, do she love him? Does Taylor Swift love this Travis Kelce? What can we see? The energies really want to come out. But you guys, King of Wands. Before I even get to it, let me just get into the energies. Yeah, does she want this guy to be something that he's not? That's what I was going to say when this came out, when this first one came out. I was just like, does she want this guy just to be like the father of her kids? You know what I mean? Usually the King of Wands, it represents someone that's virile, right? Someone that can have children, someone that has a lot of passion to give. We've seen that he's not really giving her any passion sexually, right? So it's kind of just like, I was going to say, like, is this the image that she went for him? I should have said it. Then this card popped out. And look at this shit. It's like she wants him to be something he's not, right? Like, this guy is a janitor and he wished that he was something else, that he was young and that he wasn't a janitor and that he had things going on for himself. It's kind of just like she wants him to be something that he's not. This doesn't seem like love, guys. This seems like when a woman knows that, and this happens like with the majority of the population, if we're going to be real. Like, you know, all those dating apps, you know, the majority of the women that came to me for readings, they always come to me for readings because of like dating app drama. I got to be real with you, you know, because they really want something to work with the guy. You know, it might be good for business for tarot readers to have women, you know, ask questions about like, you know, these little, because they're flings. They're not even really relationships. You know, it's good for business, I guess. But the sad reality is that a lot of these women, you guys know what it is, right? Like, I'll be breaking it down for you guys. And it's kind of just like, you know, and it's a new guy that you guys are coming to talk to me about. And I'm not judging. I'm just trying to say, like, you guys know, right? But it's nothing wrong with confirmation. That's why people have readings. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know, if you want to look into it, then look into it. But I bring all this to say, I bring up all of this to say that it seems like, you know, women, they want men to be something that they're not a lot of the times, right? Like these men that they come across, because they really want the family. They really want the happiness. They want the children. You know what I mean? And it's kind of just like no one's getting any younger, right? So I get it. But it's kind of just like everyone knows what it is, right? The Magician. Again, more of this for show. I mean, this is giving me fuckboy energy. You know what I mean? Fuckboy energy. It's telling me he's a fuckboy. You know what I mean? A charmer. Look, more fuckboy energy. The Knight of Cups. Someone that's a charmer. The Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups don't represent passion. Let's just be real. It's not the passion that's loyal passion. Let me put it that way. The Knight of Cups is a type of guy where it's kind of just like he's dating multiple females. He's seeing what's out. This isn't a guy that's kind of like, you know, this isn't Ten of Pentacles energy where it's kind of like, oh, okay, like I'm trying to settle down and I want a future. There's cards here that represent having a future. There's cards here that represent a man that's loyal. This isn't loyal energy. This is a fuckboy energy. These are like the fuckboys that be on the dating apps and shit, right? That's talking to other women. You know, again, she wants him to be something that he's not. So it's like, do she love him? No, she doesn't love him. She wants him to be something that he's not. Now, I'm going to ask, does this Travis Kelce guy, I believe that's his name, does he love Taylor Swift? All right. All right. Alright, give me one more card and we can look into it and talk about all the good shit. Okay, so I'm going to do this, just put that here, put that there. Okay, so let's get this first face down card, that's sideways. The High Priestess, I mean, there's a fear here. He fears her. So, I mean, that's actually really deep, you know? The High Priestess represents power, right? It's giving, the energy that I got intuitively represents some, like the energy is showing me someone that's like afraid. He's afraid of her. I'm gonna just say he's afraid of her. I ain't gonna even say why and all that. I ain't getting into all that, right? I'm gonna try to make this as a mundane reading as can be. I'm not getting into anything deep. Now, deep things pop up, but I'm not gonna look into it all deeply and all that, right? This is just so you guys can see what's going on. So it's telling me that he fears her, right? Not just that. We have a red flag. This guy, he's a walking red flag. Not just that. I don't know why I keep hearing he's open for business. So, I mean, I'm seeing groupies. I'm definitely seeing groupies. So I'm seeing groupies. I'm seeing that this guy is a walking red flag. And again, does this show love? And then we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles represents stability, right? These are the class. This is the actual definitions. The Four of Pentacles represents stability. It also represents someone being selfish, right? What's going on with this selfish energy, right? Just so you know, this is the woman in the deck, the bunny, and the brown bear is the man, right? So it's kind of just like, and it actually talks about like their love story and shit. Like it kind of like breaks it down, like from them like going to the theme park, trying to have fun and all sorts of stuff. But look at this. What is she not trying to give him, right? Her money. So what, like, is it like a prenup? Why is money the issue here? Why is money the issue? Why is money the burden? See, the guy got his wallet out. Why is the money the issue? So he doesn't love this woman. She doesn't love him. She wants an image. She wants an image that he can't be. Like, it's like, I'm not going to even say she's in love with the image. It's just like she wants him to be something he's not. And then when I ask if he loved her, what is it saying? That he's afraid of her, right? He's afraid of her power. You know, the high priestess is a strong, powerful woman. He's afraid of her power. Not only is he afraid of her power, but he's a goddamn walking red flag himself. Not only that, what is he trying to get from her? What is he trying to gain? And it's embarrassing too. So it's kind of just like, you know, something was pointed out to her. She caught on to something, whether it be like, oh, you know, like, oh, we don't need to do a prenup. And she looked like, wait, what? Like, nigga, what? Like, are you serious? No prenup. Wait, what? It was like one of those things. Not just that, again, issues with money, a burden. And this guy's actually selfish in deck, just so you guys know. So it's kind of just like issues with money. A guy wanting more. Let me just say, a guy wanting more. I'm not going to even get too deep into it. Let me see. I have some notes here. So let me see. Did I ask all the questions that I wanted to ask? Okay, so the last question I would have is, does the universe have any advice for Taylor Swift? Like, what can the universe advise her moving forward? Because this isn't looking too good. What can the universe advise her? I asked everything I wanted to ask, so that's great. So let's see. What can the universe advise her? Because this is not looking too good, guys. Not at all. So what can the universe advise her? Let's see. Yeah, she needs to be content alone. She needs to be content. I'm not saying that she can't have love. I'm not saying any of that. But I'm just saying that she needs to be content. It's telling her to be content while she's just doing her own thing. She needs to be content with that. Yeah, and she needs to slow down with the temperance. You know what I mean? Not just that. She has a lot of opportunities with this Ace of Pentacles. So it's telling her that she needs to be content. She needs to live her best life, and she needs to enjoy her company alone. Not just that she has the resources to really enjoy her life and to have fun. She needs to do that with the Ace of Pentacles. Not just that, the universe is telling her to slow down with the temperance. It's telling me pull from the bottom of the deck. Yeah, the Capricorn energy, I'm a Capricorn sun, is a very deep energy. There needs to be acceptance. One thing that Capricorn struggle with is acceptance. You know, when we see people that's shady, sometimes we try to keep throwing them rope. You know what I mean? Saying like, you know, I'll save you. You know what I mean? You keep trying to like force something, you know? It's kind of just like, you know, I care about you. I appreciate you. And it's kind of just like, it becomes a point where it's only so much disrespect or only so much bullshit, you know, a Capricorn can deal with. And so then a Capricorn just ends up ghosting you. It just is what it is, right? So that's what I'm seeing here. It's just saying that she needs to ghost. And I'm sorry for the loud noise outside. I don't know what's going on, but the reading is pretty much done anyway. So thank God. But what I'm seeing here is that the universe is telling her to ghost him. It's saying that you have a lot going for yourself. Again, you have here, you know what I mean? like fulfillment. You can be fulfilled alone. You don't need a guy to make you fulfilled. Not just that, again, you have your money, you have your resources, enjoy it. Not just that, she really needs to slow down with this man. Not just that, the Capricorn energy is telling me that she needs to ghost him. Ghosting him is what she needs to do because this guy isn't a good guy. So if you guys made it this far, definitely press the thumbs up. And my apology for the loud ass noise. I don't know what it's about. I'm actually going to check and see like what's happening because it's kind of late now. So I don't know why it's so loud. But take care, guys.